So when you mentioned other disciplines there, what's the cross-section of disciplines that have been involved within Watch?
Well, it's starting at the top end from the climate scientists, going through to the more academic hydrologists who consider the river systems, and through to land cover scientists, to right the way down to social scientists who are considering exactly how different communities and institutions might firstly use water, but also might respond to changing water availability.
So that these different research groups or different disciplines, they haven't worked particularly closely when it comes to water in the past?
No. Obviously, there's exceptions, but one of the problems is the different spatial and time scales that these different communities work in. The climate scientists work at a very big space scale. Their models are typically 50 to 100 kilometres. The grids of the models are typically 50 to 100 kilometres inside, whereas hydrologists work at a much smaller space scale. They're typically worrying about issues which are meters big, and so there is a mismatch of that, and there's also sometimes a lack of understanding on both sides of what the important issues are. So it's certainly a long but also very constructive learning processes for these different communities to talk to each other.
So have they been able to reconcile, for example, the resolution of the data, and there must be other issues as well, even just working practices, I should think.
Yes. Well, certainly, we won't have solved all these problems, but certainly there is a much better recognition of what data is available and how you might, for example, use the larger scale data, what its strengths and weaknesses are, and on the other hand, on the other side, I think there's developed a much better understanding on the climate scientists of actually what is important and what they need to do to make their results more useful to a user community.